video, another episode of Everybody Hates Black Men. I'm your host, Edward Anderson. Hopefully you all are having a good morning today or late morning. You know how it is. Thank God TGIF had y'all come in here and get this thing cracking. We're going to speak on some shit. We're going to speak on it today. We're going to speak on it today. As y'all see in the title, whenever I title, that's how y'all know it's serious. We're talking today the lie to me economy. It's been a little bit since I've done a video like that. The lie to me economy. Shout out to the Dumper Podcast. He did a good video of a dude that I swore was Corey Holcomb, but he's not Corey Holcomb. And y'all should check out his video. Basically talk about why men lie. Is the video he was reacting to, and the women, and you know, some women. It was basically about women wanting the difference between being pandered to versus the difference between being pandered to versus actually giving, you know, real advice. So the type of information Let Go tries to do versus the type of information, you know, most people do, like Panda Pooh Bear does, you know, telling women what they like. Even FD Signifier saying that women are, remember that women are winning, you know, hoes are winning, right? You know that information. Like it should be like hoes are winning revisited. You know that shit was said in 20. That was like the big thing in 2023 and 2022, and look at it like just 2 years later. Hoes are winning. You know these hoes are just winning so bad. You know, it's amazing how shit happens, right? What's up, Cyrus? It's amazing how tables turn, or were they ever winning like that in the first place? Is the bigger question. Right? So anyway, I've said it before, and one thing I want y'all to notice, and it's not about me being stubborn, but notice that I don't change. Like, I would challenge anybody that tries to copy my, you know, they record my videos. I mean, I got to say this, and I got to really be real about this. To record my videos, to screen record my videos, or to download my videos, I do not think so highly of myself that I think some people download it because they listen to it for different ways. Like you can listen to it offline, you know, rather than dealing with ads. I've got YouTube downloaders that I upload on my phone to listen to stuff that I want to listen to. Like one that I paid a one-time fee for and stuff. Shout out to 4K Downloader, very good. I forget, it's like Apple or something that's behind it. Very good, folks. And so there's legitimate reasons to download stuff. That's what I'm saying. But any of you niggas out here that you all are downloading my stuff because somehow you want to keep the record straight, you want to set the record straight. Everything I have ever said that's come out of my mouth, I stand on. Just because, like, first of all, some of y'all ain't nobody never seen. So it's like, you know, people go, oh man, you don't want to show your face because you don't want to stand on what you say. Certain things, like you can't even say you're a Trump supporter without getting criticism. Even Trump is in the White House. So this idea that something is bad just because, you know, people ain't, you know, saying it. It's not even so much bad. It's not economically feasible. And people have demonstrated that people will do a lot of weird stuff, like try to call your job. Now, luckily, the way I make my money, it doesn't matter. But one of the main reasons I don't show my face is for practical reasons. I don't show my face because the way I move with my phone and everything, I'm not trying to worry about angles and shit like that. Not on this shit. I'm not trying to, like it's for practice. Y'all see when I do have my camera up, all the stuff that's doing. That's why I shout out to YouTube for coming up with this. That way, y'all, you know, I'll give somebody vertigo with my dumb ass. So it has nothing. It's a preference thing. It has nothing to do. Like the chick I showed you, Messy Live. She didn't show her face. until she did. It's not about like it's not necessarily, oh my God, you can't stand on what you want. It has nothing to do with that. That's what a lot of people like. I remember Anton used to say that stupid shit. Like, yeah, man, you need to cam up. That's not what it's about. Now, yes, it looks more aesthetically pleasing if you do cam up. I'll absolutely admit to that. And I tell people, if you're willing, I'm telling people today that you need to do content in such a way you can cam up, because if you're doing this to grow, you're going to be more likely to grow doing that. Absolutely. But this idea that shit is like, that's a commentary on my myself, and what makes it so funny is the people that say that shit the most, you don't know nothing about. Like, these be the main people that you don't know shit about. Say what you want to about Grandmaster Troll. Grandmaster Troll, with the bullshit he does that I do not support, but Grandmaster Troll shows his face. Grandmaster Troll will show up. Grandmaster Troll, for the most part, knows how to talk to somebody and he got some fucking sense. Whether you agree with how he gets down or not. You got folks today, and I ain't even want to make this about that. But this gets my, men do it too part of the video out of it. Some of y'all niggas, the amount of energy, you all wouldn't believe some of the shit that some of these niggas do. And I'm gonna keep it 100. There's a reason why, like, I keep myself one, and when people think I'm playing when I say like 1 degree of separation from stuff, no, I mean that. Like, there's certain situations I try to stay out of. It's a situation I'm technically supposed to be calling somebody now, but I'm not gonna call. I really kind of low key, I'm lollygagging on it, and I'm probably not gonna call, because at the end of the day, I really don't want to deal with that bullshit. If that shit ain't like on paper, like meaning I'm actually getting something, I don't care, because again, I don't play with this shit. I don't. I am not here to have these little back and forths. Like, I'm here to have a dialogue, but once people start taking it into some real super weird shit, like to the point where niggas act like they're on some Skywalker saga shit. Like the level of energy. So I go back, I say all that to say this. Like, if you're recording my videos or you re-upload my, now it's one thing to even though I think it's bullshit to upload a clip to try to make me look bad, but clips are a little bit different. But if you're uploading like whole videos, like it was a channel of a motherfucker trying to upload our stuff as if anything up there was something we were afraid to be out there. It's like we took it off the channel. It's not necessarily because, oh my God, this will expose you. It had nothing to do with that. Whether it's me or somebody else, with me personally, if I'm generally not going to say anything, if it's something I don't want to get out, I don't say it. Let me tell you a secret about me. A secret. On my Discord, there's nothing I say that I would not say openly. I don't have the, oh man, my Telegram, even the private one, it's only 17 people in there. Same thing with BGS. BGS will put like YouTube videos. Really, BGS don't even put videos in there like that. Don Calypso would do that about F-15s and stuff like that because he like planes. But here's the reality. Ain't nobody really saying nothing crazy in my most private Telegram. Ain't nobody saying nothing crazy. The Telegram that literally everybody has to vote. In order for somebody to get in there, everybody has to agree with somebody getting in there. That's why so few people in there. Like everybody has to agree. And I'm not going to say all who's in there, but everybody has to agree. And if one person doesn't agree, yeah, I can make an executive decision. But if it's because they don't fuck with that person, then generally I won't do that. Marty was probably like the last person to get put in my Telegram. And truth be told, Marty's in other Telegram groups that I'm in with smaller people. So, even then, I might speak more freely in one-on-one DMs, but even then, there's nothing I say in a DM that I wouldn't say out loud. Like, oh, secretly, I don't like this particular group of people. And if you just find the right video, that gets exposed. No, that's not true. That's not true. I don't do that. I don't even give people the opportunity to do that because people can flip on me um, later on. And usually people, that doesn't happen. I got a pretty good track record on that. So anybody that thinks if you just keep a right video, you're gonna make me look bad, even on some of the stuff that's more controversial I've said, if we actually walk through the one-on-one logic of different stuff I've said, where's the lie? That's why I always ask people, where is the lie? Email, type in Discord in the comment section of the video, and I'll give you my email, and that's how you get my link. I don't just drop the link in the disc. I don't just drop the link in YouTube because there's too many people to watch me to troll, and they want to get in that Discord because they think I'm lying, and they just think all the stuff is in there. I had people literally try to get people to sneak in my Discord, and then they turned around and certain people they keep trying to get back in. And it's like, yo, if you're something like I don't unless you're an authorized person, if you give out my Discord link, that's like an automatic ban. Like when people give out my link to people that they know don't fuck with me because it's not a big deal for them. I'm talking about my private Discord, my personal Discord, and Telegram is something very different than my personal Discord. Then yeah, you're gonna be banned for that. And there's a couple of dudes that they think why did they get banned? They know why they got banned. And it's like you're not gonna even be honest with me about what you did, even though I've been very clear about it. And you want to act like you don't know? Cool, then it ain't nothing to talk about. Why are you asking me then? Why are you asking me if you don't know what I'm talking about? Because I've been too old for that. I'm not here to play these games. And so even with dudes, you got people that it's like it's like the amount of time that they actually spend on one person. Like people living it's like for real. Like some of you niggas really need restraining orders. Like people will be well within their rights to put restraining orders on y'all. At the end of the day, I'm some random nigga on the internet. It is never that serious. I only got 10. I got 10,000. If you want to tell the truth, like a good amount of those are like I got about 7,500 like long form YouTube subscribers. And then 2,500 of those was from that run I had with the shorts. The truth is, if I really wanted to amplify my channel, I could just do shorts. But the problem is, I'm not trying to make this a shorts channel, and because those are not, to me, they're watching for shorts, and I don't want to constantly put shorts up. Not on this channel. That would be another channel if I do that. And honestly, I'm not putting really red pill shorts out like that because if I'm gonna take the time to do shorts, because shorts doing right take a little bit more time than you think they do. I'll do that with other types of content. So, that's not even want to talk about in a video. I just wanted to address that because, like, some of the shit that motherfuckers be trying to just drag net people into, and I'm not talking about the person where this stuff, they're kind of a part of it too. I'm talking about, like, the people that's the causation of that. It's crazy, man. And a lot of y'all need to put the cell phone down. Shout out to Compassionate Callus, finally saying his name right. Shout out to Cyrus Burke, Michael Ross, Ghost Ilmatic. Like I said, man, put the chat, put Discord in the comment. I'll give you the email. Email me. I give you the link. That's how that works. Because even though I want to grow my personal Discord, I'd rather grow it real slow than grow it. And then I got to get rid of people because people are playing games in the Discord. The topic is the title. Yesterday, me and three black male co-workers vibed. That's so funny. Vibed with a cute white chick on the train. Got her Instagram, was chilling, smoking. Soon after, outside black girls came around, immediately disrespected a co-worker. Yeah, I mean, that's who they, black women say, well, that's not who we are. Well, what I would say is, square dude, you don't identify a square dude and a real dude as the like a square dude and street dude. You see that in your mind as two completely different people. Black women, what's the difference? all of y'all are loyal to like the same kind of cultural pattern. Yeah, so you may have, and the ones that are not that are very few and far between. And if that's not true, people y'all need to separate yourselves, just like how Square and Street Dudes do. Not so like you see those as separate brands. There needs to be a brand of I'm not really on this gender war stuff. I'm not really on all man bad. Yeah, men do goofy stuff, but women do too. Y'all need to get in that group, and y'all gonna have to hold to that, just like Street Dudes hold to it, just like Square Dudes hold to that. They don't do this. I mean, yeah, we interact with each other, obviously, but my point is on those terms, like it usually falls into certain battle lines. Some of it on both sides of that can be kind of stupid, but the point is it still exists. Versus women, all y'all fall into what degree of feminist or intersectional feminist are you? And a lot of y'all sympathize with that. Just like how these white boys sympathize with a lot of these incels. Even a lot of these white boys that they don't get to benefit from the privilege that they think they're supposed to just because they're them. That doesn't benefit white men right now either. But you got a lot of sympathizing with that shit because people believe that fundamentally on their own. Then they get mad. You got black men talking about why don't you deal with the white dudes on this stuff? Because first of all, white dudes don't need black men to make moves on a lot of this stuff. Like a lot of stuff like family reform and all of that, they don't need black men to do that. But the problem is they want black men to be the face of it because they want to maintain their perfect status. So they're cool with suffering. And it's the same thing. The women are the same thing. It's like cool. It's not a big enough deal for you yet. It's not a big enough deal for you yet. That's cool. And that's how I take that. That's when I told Conservative, I was like, I'm willing to see it burn because you're not going to get me to be your foot soldier when you don't really need me to be your foot soldier. You just want to save face. So clearly, you're not having these issues. Even if y'all got a whole white manosphere that's completely bigger than a black manosphere, y'all got a whole white identity problem when y'all control the shit. Like, I don't know why y'all are blaming minorities for, oh, well, y'all vote Democrat and blah, blah, blah. Even then, a lot of, like, once upon a time, a lot of these racists were Democrats. But y'all want to get behind the elites that don't care about y'all like that. I get it. SAP does a great job covering this. He calls it, the white proletariat. And it's like, where's the lie? So, anyway, what's up, Ryan? What's up, HOL up 24? I mean, even the terminology like mud sharks versus bed wenches and all this other stuff, I personally don't care. At the end of the day, it's about outcomes. And when you look at the sexual marketplace, I look at it exactly that. The exchange of people getting together for whatever, whether it's relationships, the relationship marketplace is not the same as sexual marketplace, just like a buy here, pay here marketplace is not the same as going to a dealership. Yeah, we understand this. So, I mean, you got people. So, anyway, going back to the Lottomy economy, now that some of y'all in here, Dumper, I shared a video on my post, so check it out. Dumper did a video basically talking about a dude that looks like a carbon copy of Corey Holcomb. Cool, but he's a coach, a life coach. And he was giving advice. He's the type of dude, he can give a kind of advice that kind of, you can kind of, it's decent advice. Let's say that. It's good advice. It's decent advice. And, they asked, why do men lie? And dude gave 5 reasons men lie, because apparently this is a question he has, a good piece of content that you can make. And then some women, because there are a lot of women in the comment section were acting like they had some sense. A lot of women were, but the women that triggered him doing the video were basically saying, these are excuses, not reasons. These are, because they're childish, because they're not grown, because they're cowards, because they're habitual liars. And it was and it shows you those women actually expose a lot about themselves. Because the thing is, a lot of the dudes that they'll listen to that do this stuff be the very dudes that they be speaking on. That a lot of them niggas do a lot of projecting. So they'll listen to a Derrick Jackson or Ace Metaphor, and they are the absolute archetype of the niggas that they're talking about. This is why they can flow with it so much, because they've actually done these things, and they're not reformed. Like Ace Metaphor has a saying, apparently, I heard this from that interview with Cam Newton, not from anything I've said. Cause I don't listen to that nigga talking about I'm a bad dude turned good. So you a wolves in sheep's clothing, pretty much. You still do bad shit. You just put up a front. It's like pimps that turn into preachers. It's like if you go into I'm sorry, shout out to people that do, but if you go into a church and you know a dude used to be a pimp and then he's a preacher, you're an idiot. And this is why I always say you're accountable to who you listen to. And when I say accountable, I mean your own outcomes. So even people that listen to us, this is why I'm more quick to tell people to listen to other people versus me necessarily. Because what people are not about to do is come at me talking about, oh, I listened to you for all this time and blah 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 blah. And I didn't. I'm like, well, my stuff ain't meant. That's not my stuff is not really meant for. Yeah, I don't give you like, hey, do this, do this, do that. Now you ask me that question, I can if I know. But that's not generally what my content. My content is about talking about the general culture. My content is about A, informing you, and B, letting you know you not crazy. What you see out here is real, and it's been out here, and the context behind that. That's what my channel's about. But this channel here, and this channel is to aggregate black men and to let black men know you don't have to sacrifice your life for a community that really don't give a fuck about you anyway. You know. Because it's on the community to demonstrate why it's in your best interest to be loyal to the community. Now, people can get mad about that, but I actually don't see that as a high bar to climb, personally. But because in this community, as it's currently constructed, doesn't benefit men. This is a matriarchy. It's always been a matriarchy. It's really a gynocracy under white supremacy. But you're occupied. And so anything we do to support this stuff is basically feeding that beast, and that needs to stop happening. That's what my channel's about. So when people always keep talking about all you do is talk about women and all you do, I don't just talk about women, but at the end of the day, if all I do is talk about that, why do y'all bleed all over the floor? I'm not the only channel that does that. Yet for some fucking reason, y'all are all in my face. There's people like, I'm not gonna mention names, you know who they are. There's people bigger than me that's all they talk about. Yet you not in their comment section, y'all not harassing them like you harass me. So it's really not just about that. That's just the bullshit ass excuse that y'all say. As if y'all gonna fucking do something about what the fuck I say. Some people, all they talk about is cars. What do you talk? Oh, you talk about women because you can't get women. You got like, it's some high school shit. It's some high school shit. It really is. And I mean, y'all been saying that same shit for like 15 years now. Niggas can't get women. That's why they talk about women. So is that true that women can't get men? That's why they talk about men? I mean, at the end of the day, that's what my channel is about. That's what my channel is about. My channel is not about how to A to Z. Even Jason Black, that's what the business is for. His main channel is mainly white supremacy. The business is about the other stuff. It's that simple. So when people come in here and they're trying to hold me like I'm some kind of congressman that I was elected and I'm getting paid and living off the government trough, it's like, yo, what the fuck? Like, dude, I dedicate, like it's not profitable time wise that I put into doing this to do this. I do it because I want to. I hate when that does that. And so you got dudes that like literally the amount of, and it's not one or two. So people be thinking I be talking about them. I'm probably am, but I'm really talking about a couple of different people, like about 5 or 6 people. Where like I swear to God, I live rent free in their heads, and I'm not that important. So that just tells me about what y'all really got going on in life. Niggas, like the level of Discord talk. I know how much I'm on Discord or on Telegram. I'm sure the level of voice notes niggas be trying. Oh yeah, that dude Zesty Eddie and this, and this. Okay, so why are you even interacting with what I'm doing? Shit that these niggas would never say in my face, like straight up. Cause that will be the last time you say that. Like just understand that. Certain people. And the reason why I'm up a lot is really because when you look at your quality of life, your health, your money, your time freedom, and your relationships, a lot of 75% of the shit that men do that fuck them up, usually directly or indirectly, has to do with them pursuing women or dealing with women. Straight like that. So yeah, that's a big part of the pie chart as to what's messing men up or what men are motivated to do culturally. Because if you look at a lot of what, like for real, and as you see that being not done anymore, dudes doing other stuff, what do you see? You see all now the mainstream media starting to have a conversation about this, which tells you how much. Like, look at your holidays, look at all of that. It's all dependent. Either it's all dependent the resources extract from you via women. A lot of the stuff that hooks you into the state is via women. You're a kid, like seriously. So what are we talking about? And I've said this years ago on this platform. I've said that. And nobody has never challenged that and said that's not true. Nobody never challenges what I say. Everybody always just goes around it and plays this fake outrage bullshit. Or I can't believe he said that. Like everything to kind of get into hysteria. That's where that hysteria comes from. Into this hysterical mindset. So people don't have to have a conversation. Or when dudes talk about how they want to debate you. Hold on one second. Press one if you can hear me. All right. Shout out to Dollar Watch for the $5. Been a minute. They were never our women. They were assigned to black men like they colonized. Exactly. Okay, I see it. Yeah. So niggas be like they want to debate you, but then they want to be personal. Nigga, they want to ask. They want to act like I'm on a witness stand, and they want to ask me, "Are you married? Do you have kids?" Like, that ain't got nothing to do with the topic. That ain't got nothing to do with the topic because they don't be asked. They don't be. They notice they never even had a balls to even lead with. I'm this. I'm this. I'm this. This is my. Even what black women do, they try to credentialize themselves in a conversation. No, they just get right to trying to ask you about yourself as if I need to prove something to you. And my thing too that I always say is I always say if it's that important, okay, let me go get somebody that is already verified they have these things. They can speak for me and tell you the same shit I said. So that way you can argue with them about that without then saying, this is what shout out to Black Huru. Okay, so what? You're just gonna come up with another set of excuses. Nigga, you too old, you don't understand, even though he got daughters that age different ages that none of them had, all of them did it right, and he ain't got no son, so he did it within that context, and it doesn't matter. You even with BGS got successful grandkids, and his kids, all his kids either could have been married, can still be married, or are married. Yet, y'all say what y'all say with him, and he in Cali, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's why Marty's in here. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Dudes can be paid whatever. It doesn't matter. That's just bullshit y'all bring up because y'all can't have y'all don't want to have because y'all know one to one. Y'all actually agree with what I'm saying. It's just niggas feel some type of way about me, which is cool. Just don't come over here because I'm not everywhere. I'm on art shit. I'm on BGS's shit. That's it. Every once in a while I go on Fantastic. I went on Fantastic. Two niggas want to argue, want to, yeah, man, I don't like you. It's like, yo, you, like, seriously. I don't even know who these niggas be most of the time. Niggas be like, oh, yeah, I just want to. And I asked them an honest question. I asked them, I said, so are you here because you're trying to save niggas from this information? Yeah. I'm like, and it be these Gen X motherfuckers too, which would be funny to me. I'm like, nigga, you mean to tell me you don't have nothing better to do than to sit on a fucking panel and be like you really ain't got nothing to say. It's not like, okay, you have an actual alternative point, an alternative perspective that whether I agree with it or not has value. Let me give you an example of somebody I don't like that had this. So the Portuguese nigga. And if somebody wants to, clip this, because this is clip this and take it to them, whatever. This would be like an example of that. The Portuguese nigga, you know who he is. Came in here, talking about how these Brazilians were, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. People push back. This is back in not Anton. Austin was coming up. Shout out to Austin. I think he's like 131 like subscribers too. So he's still growing. And by the way, his thumbnails are actually really cool. Good job. Even though his engagement probably could go up as according to his numbers, but obviously he's past me. So whatever. I'm just glad he didn't cry. He didn't go out like Hafiz. And obviously he's still working on his channel. And I know Skylar as well is either at 100 or up there too. Shout out to him. I've seen he's in Japan, all of that. And I want to see him successful. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on with a lot of different shit. But I don't be hating on these dudes. Like, I like to see these dudes being successful. Like, I don't hate on these niggas. But whatever. You have he was talking about how you Brazilians work. Now, my thing still stands. The problem is he has a bad habit of the way he speaks. He likes to talk down to people. It comes off as that. And see, when the women had him around, as soon as he started doing that with the women, they shut that shit down quick and got rid of him. So they did the same thing. It's like, dude, you got to learn how to talk. Because the way he comes, so that's my issue with him. And it's not that I don't like what he's saying. It's that you Americans are this and Americans are that. I'm like, you wearing a Lakers jersey trying to look like us, I don't like that shit. Especially, it's not a good market for that shit. Especially with FBA and all that. Whatever. That's my issue with him. I told him about it like twice. He still don't want to listen, so I don't want to talk to him. I've even low key on the low told Marty that Marty should get an interview with him because he's cool with Marty. And I'm sure niggas, but at the end of the day, what he was saying was a lot more accurate than the dudes gave him credit for. A lot more accurate. Because, dudes was writing it off as he's just hating on black American men and blah, blah, blah. He wants to be black American men, blah, 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 blah. But on that point, and for some reason, people, I don't know where's the appeal with him, but people be talking to him. He be interacting with people. His channel is grown. I don't know where it is or how it is. I don't pay attention to him, out of sight, out of mind. But I know I've seen him on different spaces that's been in my algorithm enough to know that there's action there. And that is what it is, But he was a lot more right than people gave him credit for. He was a lot more right about how a lot of these Brazilians get down. Now, BGS will say it's just that's how Rio is. And if you go in the sticks, it's not like that. That may be true. That hasn't been tested. And I know Theo is in Sao Paulo. I would be very, 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 very interested in a Marty and Theo, because Theo can speak on Sao Paulo, Marty can't, but Marty's lived in Rio for like almost 2 years now. I would love that. That would be a really good panel. And I mean mainly with them two, because they have been there. Because I would be interested in both. Like, I already know Marty's perspective, but Theo's. Because Theo isn't saying the same thing. But Sao Paulo is the business city. And so it'd be a different perspective. I may need to work on that, make that worth Theo's time to do that. But, yeah, I can admit that. That's not bruising my ego. And I can also double back and be like, all right, all you niggas that y'all keep selling Brazil as the place, and that place has changed. Colombia was the place, but Colombia's crime kind of got crazy a little bit. But y'all are out here selling it as the place. Shout out to Thinking Man Templar. It's more complicated than that. And I've always called that out too, by the way. Because my thing that I keep saying is better I call it out where I genuinely want to see this succeed than these game niggas and these other dudes that are straight anti-black men traveling for whatever reason. They don't really know where to poke. See, I know where to poke. Marty knows where to poke. If we really wanted to make Passport Bros look bad, we know exactly how to do it. And it would be like 100% legit. It could be unarguable. And to make y'all look stupid, because whenever Passport Bros run into something that they can't argue, what they try to do is they try to bully their way out of it. And that is some weak ass shit. It really is. Like, there's certain things that it's not meant, you can't bully your way out of it. You need to correct it, because if you don't correct it, then what's gonna happen is dudes are gonna run into that buzzsaw, and then they're gonna start blaming y'all for it. So a lot of this stuff is pointed out behind the scenes in order to correct these things, so we want to see it grow. And a lot of the people, they just talking basic level shit, but they don't really know where the holes are. Like, for example, this idea that you absolutely don't need, like, I consider game and social skills two different things. But this idea that you just go there and look stupid and be retarded, if you black, you can't do that if you're black. If you're white, you can get away with that depending on where you're going. Like if you're white, you can be damn near inept and still land, but just because whiteness, if you want to experience the white ISIS culture, going overseas is definitely a plan. You could definitely be a backpacker. Dudes that like to go overseas broken on a budget. Yeah, I'm not against going on a budget, especially if you're experimenting. But you have to work your way up and have a different understanding about what time freedom is. And you have to think about money differently if you want to be serious about going overseas. I said it before and I'll say it again. If you're trying to get your couple of trips under your belt, yeah, you absolutely could Uber your way into that. You absolutely can, just to get the initial level. But if you're seriously, especially if you're somebody talk about you want to live overseas, don't talk to me about um trying to teach English. Shout out to Jet Black. I know he does that in Saudi Arabia, but that it's other stuff going on with that too. Don't tell me about trying to teach English. Don't tell me about working overseas because most of you niggas are not really about it like that. I've actually worked overseas, and I mean worked overseas for my corporation. I can tell you that ain't some shit y'all really want to do. And so I say all this to say this is not about just the women. I've said it before. The red pill is 360 degrees. And so anytime that you got bullshit, I'll speak on that shit. I don't completely I don't sugarcoat it just because it's dudes, because I'm not out here trying to perpetuate a narrative. I'm out here for what the truth is. And if the truth, if what I understand something to be changes, then that will change what I say. But generally, I'm more consistent because most of the stuff that I say is rooted in me wanting to know what the truth is, not me wanting a narrative. And I just get up here and just run in my mouth about something. And then I don't really speak on shit if I don't know. If I'm speculating, I make it very clear that I'm speculating. Just like with take the DDG situation, for example. Everybody makes that situation look like DDG was just somebody that was trying to get put on by Haley Bailey, when in actuality, DDG could have been signed to a label. He didn't want to do that. Friday was trying to put him on a 360 deal. Not to mention the content he actually makes with legit. Like, you got to think, DDG with his audience on a label, there's certain things that he might have to commit to that would benefit a label. The only thing that a label can really give him is just access into the mainstream, to the extent that that label can do that, depending on the label who's trying to sign him. And really, none of that, there's very few, like, for instance, getting on a radio station. DDG can get on a radio station. If DDG were to hire a media guy that actually has those connections, DDG can go through all of that. And they'll talk to him just to fill up a slot, because they got slots to fill. And he's somebody that has enough juice with certain people that he can bring a whole audience. So he don't need a label really for that. As far as content, again, he can hire. There's people he can hire that can kind of low key do all that for him. That he can go direct. So I mean, it makes sense. I get why he didn't, although he does need to say he's signed based on the music he's trying to do. But whatever. My point is, it was the argument everybody was saying on social media was he was trying to get on and he was using her. He was using her because that's the narrative they always want to say. No, DDG was a bag for Haley Bailey. Haley Bailey is probably not going to date somebody, like seriously deal with somebody that makes as much money as he does. DDG is an $80 million dude, especially now that she got a kid. So again, I used to say, here's another thing I used to say I was wrong. I used to say that Haley Bailey has more earning potential than DDG. That's actually a fucking lie. I won't say lie, but I was dead wrong about that. Like, to me now, but see, I didn't know. I didn't know how much Haley Bailey was worth, and B, I didn't know how much DDG was making. And to be fair, it's not really expected for me to know really how much he was making and making that kind of money. DDG is making NBA level player money. And I don't think Haley Bailey has that potential. I don't think she has that potential. She has 6 more years before she hits 30. I mean, think about it. I'm curious about this. Hold on. I'm about to ask this question. Hold on, I'll be back. All right. So I asked ChatGPT. All right. So I asked ChatGPT, who is the highest? Also, who is the highest African American actress of all time and currently? The highest African American actress is Oprah Winfrey, which they're not there, and really Oprah Winfrey ain't really an actress, but whatever. So Oprah Winfrey, the highest like actress is Zendaya gets paid $1 million per episode. I think it's Euphoria or whatever. I'm not sure. I don't know. But Zendaya, which is something I would have said before, and then they mentioned Halle Berry, which we know Halle Berry ain't she ain't paid like that. And Halle Berry's worth they said around $90 million I think at her peak, which I'm not even sure if she's worth that much. But my point is DDG. If I say Halle Berry is worth 90 million, DDG is already on track to passing that. That's number one. Um, Oprah Winfrey ain't really an actress, but whatever. And Viola Davis, he's way past Viola Davis and Taraji B Henson. So really, it ain't a whole bunch of them making money like that. Like Maria the Scientist she's 27 and she's worth 7 million. DDG makes more money in a month than these people are worth, like their whole worth, and they don't be getting bags like that, yo. The money is not what it used to be back in the day, and so my point is, she was a fan, and he was a bag. I mean, nobody would say that Future was pushing up on Sierra. Sierra liked Future. They would see that as mutual. It's the same. It's actually way more one sided, which hence the possessiveness and all of that coming from her. But everybody wants to perpetuate a narrative that he is just some random ass nigga. Even Joe Button was doing that, and Joe Button had to not only backtrack off of that. Joe Button actually wants to interview DDG, and you know Joe Button usually don't backtrack like that. But but because he didn't know, and DDG's like, I'll talk to you, but I'm not. I don't want her there because truth be told, he already got an issue with Joe Button, so it's like I don't really want her there. Melissa Ford. Which I'm like, hey, I mean, I understand Joe Budden may not want to set that precedent and people say that. And he's probably trying to say she needs to chill, but she's not going to chill because she'll have all these microaggressions. The energy is going to be off, as these young people like to say. The vibe is going to be off because if she thinks she can't say what she want to say, then she's going to, she's going to communicate that in body language. And he ain't even trying to deal with that. That's why you need to get another bitch to be here or something if you need a chick to be here. But it's very obvious that she's biased. DDG said that he makes $8 million a month. He showed his Twitch account, which showed that last month, I think the month of May, he made $12 million. That's hard for me to wrap my head around. And I've seen people making some money. He's making top 20 NBA player money. Top 30, 20 out of 400 feet, top 30. And I looked at it. The top NBA contract is like $62 million a year. Obviously, it's per year. X amount, hence the contract. She is just a pretty. We've been said that over there. And honestly, even when it comes to pretty, I mean, she's 40 something years old. There's other women you can have. He's getting Melissa Ford because where else is Melissa Ford gonna go? I mean, let's be real about that. Melissa Ford was on Mike Rasheed's. That wasn't nothing. That's an upgrade. And nobody really want to watch Mike Rasheed live like that. It wasn't like a corporate professional setting like that. And honestly, Melissa's trying to build her own shit. The problem with Melissa Ford is she's got her own biases and she ain't saying shit. Like, I would listen to Brittany Renner before I listen to Melissa Ford. Because the thing about Brittany Renner, is crazy and stupid as she is, she actually has the thing about Brittany is she has a personality but there's a level of balance. It's not balance, but Brittany Renner understands the other side of it. She just is stupid. Like even the shit she said about NBA players are dumb. She wasn't wrong about a lot of them athletes. She wasn't wrong. You may not like certain. I don't like Brittany Renner like that, but at the end of the day, and Brittany Renner, I'm not saying she's the smartest, but compared to Melissa Ford, Brittany Renner could probably, truth be, and the irony of it, the irony of it is, Brittany Renner, has she more catered to men rather than taking this feminist approach that she took, probably would have her own money. She would have more money. She decided to be a professional groupie rather than Brittany Renner has a look, and I said it, I've said it before. I've said it before. What Brittany Renner needs is like an academic or somebody she can play off of. That's what she needs. I can't stand Flacco either. But somebody like that. She needs somebody that can kind of hold their own, but she don't need somebody that's gonna be submissive to her. They can hold their own. It would be like a partnership, but they got good chemistry together, at least on air, and that would benefit her. Her by herself, it wouldn't work because dudes aren't really. She's not gonna give dudes enough for dudes to listen to her, and women. I mean, women will listen to her, but that light skin shit is gonna come into play. It just is. So she kind of needs another team. She needs another person, and that could work. But the thing of, and then they interview people, blah blah blah, and that could work. But no, she wanted to write the fucking book. She wanted, and here's another thing about that book. If she wouldn't wrote that book, people would be willing to fuck with her a lot more. She burnt a lot of bridges with that book, so people can't trust her. What have I always told you? Trust is not a renewable resource. Fuck her. I know BGS want to talk about a name, but trust matters. So people are never going to deal with her in the way she wants to really be dealt with because they can do deals with her and still extract the quote unquote name part. But they're never going to make themselves more vulnerable the way she kind of wants them to or needs them to. Kai Cenat and ISO Speed make a lot of money, yo. I don't know exactly. They do make a little bit. They do make more, but DDG is right up there. Yeah, I'm dead at, yeah. Y'all like, go. Don't believe me. Go look this shit up. They're starting to put out posts about this. White people too. Some white artists too. Some of these people be making crazy money. And what do you think Fenty taps into? That's why Rihanna raised up in money. Selena Gomez raised up in money. People you don't even you didn't even think was paid. Like Selena Gomez is a billionaire. People you don't even be paying attention to. She straight up, yeah, I don't disagree with that. I could understand where you're coming from at waffles. They ain't got no but I've seen some that do. That's not always true, but that's true a lot of the time. Um, but yeah. So at the end of the day, man, let me see somebody cashed out. So at the end of the day, they're like looking back. See, this is where you start to look back at the like the 2010s in particular, like really 2014 and 15, because that's when this stuff really started really kicking off. And you look at the routes these chicks took and versus the route some of these chicks could have did, and Brittany Renner is one of them. It's a couple of chicks that or women that they built followings, but they never went hoish like it. They really went more fashion nova model less. Like a lot of y'all that went full hoe, like you even a chick like Sukiana. Like a lot of these chicks that they just went full hoe. Like you're starting to see the market now is not what it was. Is not. And a lot of them, Sukiana has a personality too, and she probably could have got away with some kind of hip hop. A lot of these people could have did that, but they want to be out there. Shout out Iron Wild late Juneteenth fun. So people in the long run, it's because it's one thing for nigga people to say that because they're just trying to speak on morality, but in the long run, um, this stuff doesn't work. Not just because of age, but and even if people try, like, you listen to like the radio station, all you hear is like they trying to pull Glorilla and Red, and it's like, yo, I ain't nobody listening to that. Like, I'd rather listen to white people music than listen to all this escort whore. Like, it's like, yo, it's like, who is fucking listening to this? Like, who is fucking listening to this? Like, unless the weekend is playing, it's like, who the fuck is actually listening to this shit over and over and over and over again? It is some fucking, it is some, I'm under 18, but I just want to be fast as hell music. That's what they like. If you actually listen to the shit, that is literally, Glorilla is not as bad, but Red is like, Red is grooming music. You're not gonna tell me that's not groom. The way those songs, that shit is constructed, that is straight up grooming music. Like, straight up. It, like, that is some of the most trashiest, niggerish shit. Like, and I say that in the hardest of R I can say. Like, it really is. Like, that is like, Glorilla is not as bad at all as bad. I don't care for it, but it's not as bad. But Red is worse than the City Girl. Like, it's like, and then for you to then act like, oh my god, blah blah blah. I was like, yo, get the fuck out of here, man. I mean, for dudes to even be cool with that shit, you cannot tell me you actually care. Like, it's crazy, man. Let me see what y'all talking about real quick. Yeah, good $10. You know what? Kevin Gang. But yeah, I know, man. She was never gonna be like, Brittany Renner ain't got no discipline for Islam. She was never gonna be serious about that. That's her trying to act like she gonna be loyal to whatever. Like, that's desperation. That's what. Oh man, my heart told me to do this, but my heart told. Do you understand how that's bitch babble? Like, your heart told you to change your religion. That means you're not loyal. You're not solid. That just means you're not solid. Talk about my heart told me to do this and told me. If my heart, like, what are you talking? I mean, that's more, you can't trust what you gonna do. You gonna be this way today. And then on top of that, for somebody like Kevin Gates too, he wanna be Muslim, but all of the fucking sexual debauchery bullshit he's on. Yeah, yeah, I mean, there's different degrees of how much their class. I mean, my thing is, he said, I want to kind of give it a shot. I mean, when it comes to like, first of all, this is what you got to understand about them. They didn't really start out like streaming. They didn't. None of them really started out streaming. Like, all of them have like an origin story, and some of it's different. Some of these dudes came up playing 2K. Some of these dudes came up playing GTA. Some of these dudes were making content, and they was making kind of content on YouTube, and it blew up. They all have. None of them just started out like all they were doing. They did not start out. All he was doing was in that house doing the bullshit he doing. That's not how it happened. They did something else, and then they were able to codify that into streaming. So, like, getting on YouTube, because that's what a lot of people are gonna do. And there's certain strategies depending on the level of where you is. Because the thing about it is, there's a lot of people that make 10,000, 20,000 a month. Like, for instance, when you look at streaming from a monetization standpoint, you got these people that are sponsored. Now, he don't make his money just from sponsors, but sponsored. You got to build the key is building the audience and getting them engaged, because these people, they get money based on views. Um, so I really call it more the content creation game, and that can be a lot of different things. Like, it can, like, meaning is always, if you're somebody that you're creative and you think about these things, you have a certain irony about stuff. You can put memes together. Like, what's this? Hoodville is like, I think 10 million subscribers. It's all memes. You can build up memes and get paid off of that. A lot of the AI stuff is stuff I've talked about. So doing video versions, streaming streaming is something you got to build into because you have to have the audience to do it. And the algorithm, these people didn't, the algorithm is not who fed them streaming. What it is they bring their stream. And honestly, the streaming is not what even grows their shit like that. Really, what grows their shit is the clips. If you have to look at the actual business model behind how they do it, they basically what they do is they do streams. They may do videos specifically, but they do what's called, the young people call it clip farming, where they're creating they are streaming and creating a moment that you can clip on purpose. Now, some people will edit things in a certain way that's completely bullshit in order to, they'll misrepresent something in order to clip farm. So it's a lot of stuff behind that. But it's not just, like I'm throwing up my phone, I'm getting certain people. And even then, that took years to even get to the point that I'm at. So what I always tell people is, yeah, content creators, money in content creation. And what are you passionate about talking about? Because if you know how to cook, then you might be passionate about putting food together. Even if you know how to use, like I legit could do a food channel around like using the Ninja Foodie grill. I've seen people do. I know a dude. Well, I don't know a dude, but I know other YouTuber. Very basic guy, older black guy, not old, but older black guy. He how to make wings in a new way. He basically buys fry. He does affiliate marketing when it comes to Amazon with the fryers and stuff like that. How to do this, how to do that. This fryer, which one's good, which one's not. So yeah, so there's a whole business model behind what they do. It's not just they just get on live and they did a whole business model behind how they built it. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can do in the content creation game. Like I'll give you an example. Like there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff. Like even in shorts, like people putting together shorts or reposting certain shorts videos with captions and stuff. It's like once you know what you're actually looking at, it recontextualizes a lot of these channels. Like if you ever click on these shorts channels, like if you're going through the shorts feed, even on YouTube, and you see like all this stuff doesn't pop, but the top stuff pops. If you know like 250 million or 2.5 million equals $1,000, because views are it's different on, it's like it gives you an idea of what you're looking at. It does. And so a lot of, even in our stuff, this is why I be telling y'all, a lot of these people be rage baiting or they be telling people what they want to hear. Like the whole title of the video, Lie to Me Economy. It's, you're telling people want to feel good. And Dumper said that. I've said that before. Women, when a lot of these chicks are listening to men, they're not listening to men to be informed. They're listening to men to have their worldview validated. So they get to deal. They're using, it's like it's I could call this mirror on the wall content. Mirror on the wall. Why do black men lie? Because they ain't shit. Because they're pussy. Because they're childish. Because they don't know how to be a man. Versus mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? They're looking and saying you. No, there's another now. There's a new bitch. What? There's a new bitch. Her name is Snow White. You're the old bitch. She's the new bitch. Well, who is this? Well, look. See? She wears her hair. She wears it out. She don't need makeup. Break that damn mirror. You can break me if I want. Break me if I want. You'll be bad luck for the rest of your life. So go ahead. Roll that bet. It's the same thing. Mirror on the wall. Yeah, I see that. I am waffles. Yeah. I mean, yeah. And she got with that. Because that tells you ain't nobody really fooling. I mean, Kevin Gates is not a nobody. But that tells you ain't nobody fooling with her for real. Yeah. Brittany Renner is 33 years old now. I bet y'all didn't even know that. Brittany Renner is 33 years old. Wow. I didn't even know that. Brittany Renner is 33 years old. Fuck. Exactly. Well, she was 29 like yesterday. Because I did too. She's 33 years old. So yeah, she gonna act like that. She was 29 when she got with PJ. That was her last shot. She was 29 when she got with that nigga. That was her last shot. And she fucked up. She tried to get a younger nigga, tried to make that shit work, and that shit didn't work. That's the move they always go to do the same shit that they used to say men be doing. You want to control. You want to take advantage. Blah, 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 blah. That's the same play they run. The same fucking play. Again, projection. Whatever these bitches complain about, that's why they so, like, they have so much conviction in the shit they say. Because these are plays they run. These are plays they run. This is why they got so much fucking conviction when they be saying, like, because when these chicks talk, they be having that conviction like a motherfucker. It is because these are the plays they be running. She's 30 now. Is she? She must have just turned 30. But everybody talk about Megan about to make a comeback. When Megan was never really there. I mean, the only song I really truly remember of Megan Thee Stallion's Hot Girl song. That's it. Other than that, I mean, I know she music video. Oh, she has some music videos, Edward. Music videos don't mean shit in today's era. This is not no Hype Williams, the Puff Daddy era. Music videos, if you tell me that music videos, if you start trying to tell me what music videos somebody did, that's how I know you want to know how somebody's music is trash? When you only remember them by the music videos they did. Like, I'm talking about anything after like 2010. Because the music video era like died in 2010. That was a 2000 thing. And after that, the music, I mean, I get it. Young people care about that. But nobody gives a fuck about the music videos. Especially with the type of content you got now. So if you be like, oh man, remember that music video? And so with all of Megan Thee Stallion stuff, everything that you think about is in the context of a fucking music video. And that's how you know her music is garbage. That's how you know her music is garbage. Right there. How old is, hold on, let's go. How old is Young Miami? Yeah, so Young Miami is 31 years old. Cardi B is 31 years old. Iggy Azalea is 35. Nicki Minaj is 42. Sweetie is like 30, 31, 32. Janelle Monáe is like 38. Yeah, Janelle Monáe is 39. Young Miami is 31. Like I said, Megan Thee Stallion is 30. So Glorilla is like 26. So it's like, where the money gonna go? Now. Yeah, Sierra's 39 years old. Glorilla is 25 years old. So yeah, a lot of these chicks are over. Ice Spice is 25, but Ice Spice should be the perfect example of you can be hot today, hot tomorrow. Ice Spice is gone. And they was pushing Ice Spice like they was pushing Ice Spice like she was the next thing. It is a lot to learn with Glorilla versus like Ice Spice. Really, what got Ice Spice out of here is how she treated that rapper, where she stole her entire style, but she treating her like shit. Made her a victim. Yeah, she's done. Cause the truth is she couldn't really rap like that anyway. She tried to lose that weight cause here's the thing, she didn't want to be a gimmick. I told you. She tried to lose that weight. And as soon as she lost that weight, it was over. She tried to regain that weight. The only reason why anybody was listening to you was because you was twerking. And you thought that wasn't true, or you got tired of that shit. So you're not gonna tell me she didn't take that shit to lose weight. Yeah, I ain't saying she didn't exercise, but she took that diabetes medication to lose weight. And and the truth is, her mama looked better than her. If you see Ice Spice's mom looked better than her. Ice Spice was straight up trading on I'm light skinned. I'm light bright. That's what she was trading on. And that's not just men, that's also women. And when I heard other women started clowning her, that's how I knew it was over for Ice Spice. I mean, honestly, somebody need to kind of really go and go through the record books, the history books, and really look at, okay, this chick popped off here, because I'm really curious to seeing like her whole career, because her career is free. In fact, it's a dude that does those types of videos. All right, y'all. I appreciate it. I've been doing this hour. Appreciate it. I may go live later. He said, "Yo, I saw a Young Miami pic with son and younger daughter, son around age 10. Look like I know my mom." Yeah, he know. I mean, you can't deny it now with the Diddy bullshit. I mean, this chick was. I mean. But the thing is, Young Miami is dumb. She's an attractive woman. She's got a very, very nice smile, very good looking face. Young Miami is dumb though. If Young Miami wouldn't have gotten the rap, JT was pretty much the brains of that operation. If she wouldn't have gotten the rap, Young Miami is kind of maximizing like what she is. So it is what it is. Honestly, his mama is doing more. His mama is definitely overperforming. I'm not even gonna hate, even for the way she looks. Cause she's an attractive chick, But young and I bet you the thing with her is she know how to receive shit. Cause you got to think, why did Diddy pick her over a lot of different people? And there's a reason for that, because I'm pretty sure when it comes down to it, Young Miami know how to deal with men. Because you ain't never really seen her have no real serious issues running through dudes and dudes. And even if you dumb, if you know how to deal with men within a certain range, you can really overperform. And she's a perfect example of that. That's why a lot of these chicks don't like cooking with Kaya. Now, because Young Miami is a city girl avatar, she gets a pass because it's not like she's on, the way she came up, because ain't nobody really getting to know her personally. But yeah, these chicks, I'm a girl's girl, aka you're a feminist. These chicks talk about girls, they female identified, which is bullshit. A lot of these women are not female identified like that. They just pretend to be, because they know that's where the money is. Bullshit. Ice Spice is the definition of overrated. Number one, a light skinned chick with a body like hers, that there's Honestly, man, if you say you dated a chick like that in high school, that ain't even something to really brag about like that for real. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's like, okay, Ice Spice really ain't that attractive like people be giving it to her. Ice Spice is like Tia Campbell from Martin of today. Go do a comparison of Ice Spice and Tia Campbell. It's the same shit. That's why she wear that damn that extra color fucking wig and shit to take you off of that shit. Yeah. Yeah, I mean her album. I mean it's called Controversy. They're mad, but they not. But what they really gonna do about it? First of all, Sabrina Carpenter is a modern chick with modern sensibilities, meaning she got a little bit of feminist in her. She just um promotes it unironically, which is how you're supposed to do it. Because versus like Billie Eilish, she does that direct feminist that I'm gonna be a tomboy and do all this shit to make sure she female identified, which is not going to serve her well in the long run. They do that because the women drive the music, but in the long run, it's not going to serve her well because it comes off of a walking ugly girl argument. Billie Eilish ain't all that either, but she ain't ugly. But she the type of whatever. Yeah. So I mean, y'all like niggas be really be giving y'all be giving me 6 points. I'll be like for real, for real. But anyway. All right, y'all. I gotta go. This is Edward signing off. Peace.